So Transformers Rise of the Beast is currently #1 in the world, but there's already talk about a sequel about where it's going to go next, in addition to also hearing about its digital release. We are also getting word about the next Transformers comic books that are going to be coming out very, very soon, in addition to some Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee exclusives that I think are going to get some fans excited, even if many of them are just basically redecos. Some may upset fans a little, and I've talked about them before. Of course, I got a lot to talk about, so sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchase some merch at my spring store today. So I want to thank each and every one of you who has helped the channel reach over 100,000 subscribers. I have some brand new Transformers retrospectives on the way. In addition, also, if you are looking to get any of the awesome labels from toyhacks.com, you can use the code RodimusPrimal006, at least for the month of June. Of course, it's going to change every month, but it will help if you are looking to get some of the awesome sets for your Transformers figures, especially when you look at some characters that could use a little bit of extra TLC, like this, here on Rodimus Prime, or on my boy Wheeljack right here. You can see how much detail, and a lot more sets are coming out, so be sure to check them out at toyhacks.com. Now, for those of you who have seen Transformers Rise of the Beast, I did give a non-spoiler review, and I did a spoiler-filled review for on Saturday night, which I was live for, and I talked about all the spoilers in the movie. So I don't want to exactly give away some of the stuff if you have not yet seen it. And I gave the movie a fair review. I thought it was, middle of the road, around 7 out of 10. Some gave it a 9, some gave it a 5, some even went lower than that. And I'm kind of like in the middle because there are things that I liked and things that I didn't. But the movie in itself was a pretty good, enjoyable popcorn flick. But as you can see, the movie already has its poster and DVD cover for 4K and Blu-ray and DVD if you're looking to get the movie. Even though there isn't a release date yet, the movie is still in theaters, and here people are already able to buy the movie, which is kind of crazy to think about. I mean, it used to be you would wait like 3, sometimes 6 months, even a whole year back in the day before the movie came out in video, and the movie is still in theaters, and here you can already purchase it digitally. It's really going to end up killing movie theater momentum if anything is considered, but the movie is #1 currently. It actually beat out Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse movie, or the Miles Morales movie, I should say. But the thing is that it was in less theaters. So it was kind of like there were less people who saw it. It's a weird, numbers game when it comes down to it. But internationally, it's actually doing pretty well, at least according to box office reports. But if you're looking to buy the movie, of course, you can go for it here. Now, some have been waiting in anticipation for comic books for the Transformers to expand the universe and stories about what they are going to do with the Transformers universe. And it looks like that Skybound, who, to my understanding, currently owns Image Comics, is going to be producing some Transformers comics, beginning with this series called Void Rivals. We don't know exactly what the story for Void Rivals has to do, but we can see Skyfire, or Jetfire as they're probably going to call him, on the cover of this comic book, and they're supposed to be introducing some Transformers and some G.I. Joe characters at first before, and that's going to be this Wednesday, which is tomorrow as of this recording. And then come the fall in October, you're going to see some Transformers and G.I. Joe comics being produced by Image Comics, which does sound pretty cool, but at the same time, I'm curious as to what the storyline is going to be, how it's going to fit into their universe, and where they're going to go with all of these characters. So we still have to just wait and see. And we've just gotten word about the next Redeco pack that is a troop builder pack for the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. If you have picked up any of the Alicons before, or if you have gotten the Pit of Judgment, they are going to be releasing the mold more in a original Alicon colors, in addition to a head swap that you can do on any of those two bots, which is kind of cool, and it's still the Alicon. In addition, they're also redecoing Skullgrin and retooling him a little bit to be one of G-Axis's foot soldiers. And from the animated universe, they are doing one of the Auto Troopers, which is basically like the universal police force on Cybertron, and a generic Decepticon Seeker. So this 4-pack in particular, I got to admit, I'm a little disappointed in. First and foremost, I like the idea of getting another Alicon, sure. And I like the idea of getting the Balif if you wanted to have any of the, additional, Quintesson troopers. And having some, the ground troopers for G-Axis is great because this is from the G2 universe. They were the Cybertronian Decepticons that were under G-Axis command. You had tanks that were all universal and they kind of look like this. And then you had jets, which were basically like Cyclonus-looking jets, but these robot modes with this head. So it's like the two heads are a little bit the same. And then, of course, you can do the head swap on this like Ironhide Ratchet Siege mold. And that's kind of cool. And then you have a Seeker. And I would be kind of honest, like, you can just get another Thundercracker figure, right? But instead, it's, here it's Thundercracker, but it's a little bit of a different shade of blue. If you already got the 2-pack for Skywarp and Thundercracker, that's great because then you can take the Skywarp head off and put it on this trooper, and then put the open mouth on the on this version of Thundercracker, and then you can have 2 of the regular Seekers. And I have Thundercracker and Skywarp behind me, but I kind of wish that this one was purple because one of the generic foot soldiers in the original G1 cartoon was purple. And so this set is kind of all right, but to my understanding, this set is not that expensive, all things considered. But if you're looking for just some basic generic troop builders, go ahead and go for this set. Now, I talked about this before, and now we finally have some official images of Ironhide and Prowl, and it's during the scene in the movie where they get killed. And if you already have Studio Series 86 Ironhide, it's great to have Ironhide with the yellow stripe and with some, solid plastic, and Prowl if you missed the Earth Spark, the Earthrise mold. But getting a close look at them, they're dying. They're battle damage. This is kind of morbid. This is just as morbid as the death of Optimus Prime toy that they did a couple years back. And I missed out on Prowl. So here you're getting both Ironhide and Prowl with open mouths as they're battle damaged. And this is during the whole scene here. I'm going to be honest, I hope they release Prowl individually. In this color scheme, without the battle damage, and with a normal helmet, I would prefer that. This particular set does not interest me. It does and it doesn't. It's weird. I have I like the blast effects. I like the whole fact that you can already tell from looking at the box art that it is right from the hole that the Decepticons blast into the shuttle itself. And wow. I do hope they release Prowl regularly in Studio Series 86 because this is a little bit morbid and it kind of sucks. And on top of that, if you missed out on Grimlock, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line is also reissuing Studio Series Age of Extinction Grimlock, which is not my cup of tea, if you guys already know, because I'm not a big fan of the live action films, but that's all right, because a lot of people really wanted to get their hands on this Grimlock. Apparently, he was difficult to get, as was Studio Series Ironhide. So this gives a lot more people the opportunity to get it. Since it is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, it is a Target exclusive, which may make it difficult for some fans to be able to get their hands on it. And from what I understand, some of it has already sold out on Hasbro Pulse's website. But I hope more people are able to get their hands on these figures, because it kind of sucks when they release a lot of this stuff and then you're not able to get your hands on any of these figures. Like here you take a look at the Quintesson with the, the 2 different heads. If you want the Auto Trooper, again, with the 2 different helmet designs. And same thing with the G2 Trooper for G-Axis. It's kind of cool, and of course you've got Thundercracker just as a generic Decepticon Seeker. I'll say this again, it's only kind of worth it if you're going to take that helmet off and put it up on Skywarp and then just use this as a generic Decepticon Trooper. Kind of works and it kind of doesn't. Like, I'm a little bit like kind of disappointed in some of these sets. In particular, I'm mostly disappointed in here Ironhide and Prowl, how they've releasing them here. You have the yellow stripe, you have solid plastic, not all the windows are painted, and they're both battle damaged. And it's like, only if you really want battle damaged Autobots, like really badly battle damaged, because this is like when they were killed in the movie. It kind of makes you wonder, like, is Ironhide you're going to be able to get that helmet, the head off and put a different head on if you wanted to. It's really a matter of perspective of what you're looking for. And yeah, really, really kind of stinks for those of us who like Studio Series 86 and want to see this, Prowl released regularly. Without the battle damage. But I want to know what you guys think about this Transformers news. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I have much more Transformers news, retrospectives, and more coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.